I want to thank you all for coming out here today. If we're lucky, the pigs will come back through here tonight or tomorrow morning. They came around here last night, or at least a few of them did, according to the tracks. Any sign of the big one? Max asked. Nothing conclusive, but we'll assume he's running with them. Why? Dolph asked. The big ones, I know, Jack interrupted. But the tracks were all made at the same time. For whatever reason, he's with a herd. Damn, Max said, and shook his head. Normally, we'd put up the feeder for a few days before setting up the corral, Jack continued. But under the circumstances, I don't think we can wait. If we mess up, Dolph said, that'll trap spook 'em. We'll never get 'em in one. We'll have to take that chance. This is about a lot more than property damage. Bronwyn said, How big is the one we're after again? I estimate around 800 pounds, Jack said. 7 to 9-inch tusks. I assume it's a farm escapee, since it'd be hard to find enough food to grow that big in the wild. But I could be wrong. You might need something more heavy-duty than that pot sticker, Max said teasingly to Bronwyn. All depends on where in the pot you stick 'em, she said. I'm hoping it won't come to that, Jack said. If we can get him in the trap, we can put him down quickly. I admit it, I don't cotton to hunting him down on foot. We could set up a blind here instead of a trap, Dolph said. What do you think, Max? He shrugged. Yeah, I could put up in a tree blind. I've got a seat in my truck. If it looks like it won't go for the trap, I can tap it. Let's do that, Jack said. We'll come get you out, whatever happens, so you don't have to come back by yourself in the dark. That's appreciated, Max said. We'll set up a trail cam we can watch on my laptop from the Rogers house, Jack said. Yeah, but I don't know if we should just assume it's okay to use their place, Bronwyn said. The wake's still going on. And I mean, would you want to see the animal that killed and ate your child? Will you ask them? Jack said. If you're right and it bothers them, then we'll just take turns sitting and watching in my truck down the road a ways. Sure, Bronwyn said. They headed back down the trail toward the house, each of them calmly watching the woods for something they knew lurked out there. A wild hog would normally never hunt a human being, but this was no normal animal, and none of them were taking any chances. This beast already had enough blood on its tusks. Adam looked at Duncan in disbelief. No way. Why not? Well, because I ain't no hunter, for one thing. If it's bigger than a squirrel or a rabbit, you can have it. I've never even shot a deer. And for another thing, I hear the game warden's got professionals already out looking for it. We can't compete with that. I'd rather just wait and spit on its carcass. They sat across a table at the Paradise, the local roadhouse that served as a neutral gathering place for both sides of the Tufa community. The beer Duncan sipped deadened the last of his hangover and gave him the courage he needed to move his plan forward. On the little stage in the corner, an old woman sawed away at her fiddle. Her technique was crude, but there was no denying the ache that sailed forth from her instrument. She was the last of 11 children, the only sister, and you could feel the loss of each and every brother in her playing. It was like she was tapping into the very feelings Duncan was doing his best to repress in himself. She sang in a high voice that trembled with age. And once they gave Arete as bride in the foreign lands, and years of misery and months of anger came, and death fell upon them, and the 9 brothers died. The mother was left all alone. Duncan closed his eyes against a sudden fresh rush of nausea. Or was it revulsion? At himself, at what he planned, at a world that let such thoughts exist. He stood up and threw his coaster at the old woman. "Goddamn, ain't we depressed enough? Play something about somebody alive, will you?" He dropped back into his chair. For a moment there was dead silence. Then the old woman resumed her song, and conversation returned all around them. He didn't listen to see if it was now all about him. "Wow," Adam said quietly. "You're awfully wound up." "My girlfriend just died," he snapped back. Then he watched for any response. Adam only nodded. "Yeah, I'd probably be wound up too." The nerve, he thought. The sheer nerve of this asshole. How can he just sit there like that? He started to ask him about it straight up, demand the truth about him and Kera. But he'd seen the pictures and read the texts. There could be no doubt. It wasn't one of those